Alright, we're back. Sorry about that, guys.
Right.
There of us, it's our first episode. If you guys have it open, close it.
Yeah, that's me. I'll close it.
Alright. Now let's take a look at some of the charts. Let's get down to business. Now, I think my pick for the week would probably be the pound against the dollar. And my bias at the moment is probably long. I don't know if you guys agree with that.
I agree, yeah.
I agree.
It's just bouncing off that 152 sort of area.
Yeah.
It's done that twice previously as well.
Exactly, yeah. It looks like it's just a great area that they want to sell it down to and buy it back up. Because...
It's a good level.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of room to the outside. Lots of red candles, free space for it to run back up into.
Exactly.
I think anything 1.56, 1.55 target.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was looking. 155 probably a good first target. And then 156 would be a great second target.
Looks very long term.
Yeah, exactly. That's a long term. I like long term positions. Not everyone likes to trade those sort of things, but
you don't get the profit straight away.
Yeah, exactly.
The profit is
I like it.
Yeah, it just looks like it's turning into a nice trade range. I mean, if you look at the weekly chart, you see last week was a big red bar closing on its low, and that's right at the bottom of the range, and buyers will come in and just buy that big red bar closing on its low and buy it back up, as they did a few weeks ago as well. So
yeah, exactly.
It's good.
Yeah. What about you, Christos? What's your pick for the week?
Let me see if I can share my screen here. I like this Euro New Zealand dollar.
I've had my eye on that previous week.
Can you guys see the screen? Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
It's loading, yeah.
It's loading, or you can see it?
See it now.
I see it, yeah.
Cool. So this is the daily chart. You can just see this trend line. There's some pretty good spacing, between 0.1 and 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Obviously this space right here is a little bit larger than this space, and it's more probable if this, the spaces are kind of the same length. But nonetheless, this is also kind of the bottom of the range, kind of like what the pound dollar is doing. Another variation of it. Just trying to go to the 4-hour here. Taking forever to load. And you can see the sell-off, just not very aggressive by the bears. Lots of tails here. Even though they're generating these bear bodies and they're controlling the bars, they just don't look aggressive. We don't have bars closing on their lows.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of tails. We go below this, we buy it up. We go below this, we buy it up. And then we got that trend line. So there's definitely buyers coming in, and all in this area. And then you just have to think of them getting it to the middle of the range and then the top of the range. So that's a good about 3 to the middle to the top of the range. So I'm definitely going to be watching that this week and trying to jump long.
I think it's weird that there's not much aggression from the sellers, considering the Kiwi is taking such a beating. You'd think the market would want to move in one direction really quickly.
Yeah.
But there is just no movement. It's very slow. I mean, it's heading in one direction, but doing so very gradually.
I think what's happening is the bears are getting a bit scared, taking profits a bit more soon. They're thinking, because it's so low, it seems like it's at a bargain level, but it's dying, so it's gonna carry.
And then there's so many confluences saying, be careful if you're short. That's the point.
Yeah, and then look at the weekly chart. I mean, the weekly chart's just a pretty aggressive uptrend here, you know, and the bulls are largely controlling all of this action. So, you know, this might be a good place for buyers to say it looks kind of cheap, I should buy, but you know, at the same time, this is pretty steep and pretty aggressive. So it's definitely up here is definitely a point where the bulls will say, all right, let me take some profits and look to buy cheaper. So now the question is, how much cheaper do they want it? Do they want to buy right here at the trend line, or are they going to wait until we get to maybe the 10, 20, and 50?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my.
What about you, Mike? What do you think? What's your pick
I
for the week?
think I'm going to go with the dollar yen. That's a good pair.
Cool.
And I think it's been in tight range for, I don't know, since since the 4th week in August. It's just, I mean, after the collapse, it's just been trading sideways for a while. I think it's going to trade within these levels quite some time. It's trying to work out what way to go. I think there is more room to the downside than there is to the upside. I'm pretty long term, so I think anywhere I see a selling opportunity, I'm more likely to take than a buying opportunity. On the daily though, if you look on the daily, there's a lot of space. You see long candles from 2019 August all the way to the 24th, and then it's just sideways action.
Yeah.
So I know there's a lot of space on both sides. We're at 120.5, say, and I think it came from 124. That's nearly 400 pips of movement in 1 week. I mean, you'd love to be in that sort of position.
Exactly. Yeah.
Coming down to say a 1 hour time frame, and currently short 121.2. I think it's a good position to be in, mainly because I see long green candles, but there isn't much in the way of support for the dollar. The euro is long as well, so the euro and the pound are long, so I think I'm in a good position.
Yeah, it looks to be in, like, for people who love chart patterns, it looks to be in a sort of a triangle shape, and it's definitely trading in between that.
Yeah.
It's actually
It's
really
not
similar. It's really similar to what the U.S. market charts look like. Like if you look at a chart of the S&P or the down, you know, you just have that aggressive downturn, and then it just forms into a triangle. And now it's like, what's going to happen? Are we going to go test the lows, or are we going to bounce up? You know,
I feel like whatever happens, it's going to be aggressive.
for sure.
Can't wait.
What about you, Doug? What's your pick of the week?
DJ Money Bags.
I like it, man. Well, my pick of the week is still the Euro USD. As you guys know, I have been long on this one for about a week and a half now. I did take a bit of heat last week as the bears just came back into control with that. And obviously, I'm still biased as long. There are basically 3 levels which are very key levels to watch on the Euro USD. I'm on the daily chart right now. The first level is 1.11260. That level essentially is where the price bounced off, and it looks like a double bottom. But then obviously the double bottom is really a weak one, so I'm not going to take that. But then what drew my attention to this is, if you look back here, in January the 26th, we had a a short engulfing bearish candle, and then we came back up. So like the bulls came back in control, and then that level right there is a very significant level. So then that actually means right now that the price has actually bounced off this level 3 times now, and it just bounced off the level the 3rd time, where the current price is at now. it was a short, and then the price seemed to come back straight up there. So then that's why I'm staying long. But then keep in mind, I'm also looking out for prices at 1.10178 to actually go long again, because uh, that's another possibility where buyers can possibly come in and they can buy it cheaper and then go long all the way up to 1.2. That's where my target is. And then I'm actually a really long-term trader, so I'm actually targeting 1.25 on the Euro USD. And where I would say like I'll put my stops and then give up on it is when it reaches 1.08224. That's where I'll actually put my stop and then say, you know what, I've been defeated in that. But then yeah, what it seems right now, it seems to be like a bullish trend, a very strong bullish trend, because now it just bottomed out.
Yeah.
So I'm staying long with this trade, and it's gonna go all the way to 1.25. That's where it's gonna go. So then, if you want to jump in the trades, you can jump in right now, but then use small lots. That's what I do. And then I just add to my positions, and then possibly catching about 5,000 pips.
Wow.
I think I quite like the Euro USD because I like that 1.108 level as well, because that's where my entry is. I'm waiting for that price, and I think
that's where your entry.
That's where my entry is, 1.1078. So
I like that for
where
an
you're
entry
looking
as
to
well.
add, where you're looking to add to your position is where I'm looking to enter my first one. But I think I'm putting like a 80 to 100 pip stop loss on that, and I'll just target the 1.18, and I think I'll be done for that one.
Yeah.
I don't think I can hold it on for 1.25.
No, yeah.
That's really long term.
Yeah, I've got a position in for the same as Doug, aiming for the 1-1. I'm actually looking to 1-1-2, and it does look quite bullish. If you look at the last candle, Friday's candle, at the beginning of the day, if you were looking at the chart, you probably thought, oh, Euro's going back down, it's crashing, bearish engulfing.
It was a sell-off. Yeah.
Exactly, and then at the end of the day, it went all the way back up, and it sat just below the 1-1-2 level, which was supposed to be a very decent level, but as you can see on the charts, the market hasn't really been respecting that level too much. It's just been blown in and out of it. So yeah, it does have a bullish sort of look to it, but
you guys see my chart?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment, no. Oh yeah, now I can.
Well, you can see it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see like why I'm saying it's gonna go all the way to 1.125.
Yeah.
No, I mean 1.25.
Yeah.
There's a lot of space. There's not much stopping it. I mean, 1.18 is probably the first place that will slow down the trend. But I think this trend is going up.
It's going up, and then the first stop really will be just above 1.7, and then it's gonna go to 1.8, and then it'll go to 1.21, and then 1.25.
Yeah. I think so.
I see that. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, just stay long. Like, for any long-term people out there, just stay long on the Euro USD and just use small lots and add to your position.
It takes a lot of patience, though.
It does.
It's tough to do for traders starting out, for sure, to just add a hold like that. That's real tough for a trader starting out.
Yeah, but then it could be like a rule, like less than a zone, like you actually train to be actually disciplined and actually hold on to a trade.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's something
If you're buying,
that's something where I'm looking to talk about later. But actually, now we want to speak on some interesting subjects that we hold dear to our hearts. Actually, Christos in particular has a lot to say about this, but as a new trader, you'll go along looking for the right teacher, someone to guide you through the markets, because it's tough out there. And we all know there's a lot of scammers and things like that around, but some of them are just stupid, and that's the best word I can use to describe it. And people who fall for it, I can understand why. There are some people online on various social media apps and websites that will post a trade and will use like a million lots.
300 lot gang.
Yeah, 300 lots. Yeah, and then only get like 10 pips, and then call it a successful trade. And then they'll show you the profits, and as a new trader in your head you're thinking that's the same amount of profit I'm gonna get. But anyone that knows trading, that most people's accounts, 10 pips isn't gonna make much of a difference. If you're scalping, fair enough, but you know, most people, that's not a lot of money, and it's those sort of things, like, it's kind of deceitful, if you know what I mean. But you've got to look out for them, because those sorts of people who do things like that they're not gonna be able to teach you how to trade properly.
It definitely sells a dream, doesn't
Well,
it? I mean,
because like what I think about it is, like when they do like those 10 pips, and then they do like 10 grand, I've made 10 grand, 10, 12 pips, and then people will think that they can also make 10 grand by having 10, 12 pips. So really, like, it's really like very misleading. Because then, if you're actually a good teacher here, and then you want to teach someone, don't show them the money. Just show them like the analysis and show them the pips that you get. The money is irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's like it's all relevant of how much you make. That's why every single time when I post my trades up, I don't bother even showing the money. I even cover it up because I don't want people to get the wrong idea.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't bother showing the money.
When you start off, you shouldn't really focus on the money. Your focus should be, how do I limit my risk while increasing my reward? That's the main thing. That's the first step. Trying to get rich by putting, you know, a million lots or something isn't like, it makes no sense. You can't put in 1 million because you don't have that sort of margin when you start.
Oh, we're losing you there, Mike.
He's back.
What's happening?
Mike.
Oh yeah, he's back.
You hear
now.
me?
Yep.
Right. So I was saying, putting a million lots in a position isn't. It doesn't reflect reality, because when you're into the markets, your margin isn't big enough to hold on to those lots. If you see what I mean. So I think people that, you know, post these pictures on Instagram, they're basically marketers, is what they are.
Yeah.
And I think anyone who falls for them is unlucky, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's
It's
all I
tough.
can say.
It's tough because I think a lot of traders, especially traders starting out, they think it's difficult to be able to make good money just using, you know, 10,000 units, 20,000 units, or what it might be. And I think also what we were speaking on before, like, you know, traders just starting out, they kind of want profits every day. You know, they want to go into the market, make their trades, and come out with money at the end of the day. And you know, that's how I was too. And I lost a lot of money trading penny stocks like that. And then I went into day trading futures, and that was cool and all. You know, but it was tough. Like, commissions were eating me alive because I was making so many trades, and I wanted profits every day, but I just didn't have the capital for futures, pretty much. So that's when I went to the forex side, and I was able to just go in with 10,000 units or 20,000 units, and just be able to manage my trade better. And then you go on these social media sites, and you see people, you know, 10, 20, $30,000 profit on a trade, and then, you know, I always look at the pip count. And I see the pip count is like, you know, whatever, 6 pips, 10 pips, 15 pips. And then on top of that, I would go to the chart, and I would, you know, because you can see what time they enter and exit.
Yeah.
And I'd be looking at these setups, and I'd be like, that is horrible. Like, what, you know, what? I just don't understand how they entered there. Like, what type of, and then, you know, once I started getting in with you guys and talking to Doug and stuff, and Doug knows a lot of people firsthand, I think, and it's like he was telling me stories about people that would use demo accounts, and they'd use one demo account to go long and another demo account to go short, and then they'd post the profit, whichever one was in profit. And it's like I just feel so bad for people that, and then those people have like 300 likes, you know.
Exactly.
And it's so tough.
And the worst thing, those are the
And-
people that get the most ratings on social media. Everyone loves them, acts like
Yeah,
because all they see is the money. Like you'll see.
Well, you follow the money, don't you?
Exactly.
Always follow the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
But-
there's a difference. Like, you do follow money, but you don't follow dumb money. Like, no disrespect to
Yeah.
anyone. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if you actually see that, you actually don't want to know how they actually done it, and then if they even can't show you how they done it, or even they don't want to show you, but then they claim to teach you, that doesn't actually make sense. And then plus, like, you also have to do your own research behind it as well. Don't just listen to what anyone says to you.
It's true. We always encourage people who come to us to go and do their own research.
Yeah,
Even
like,
when
you
they-
have to do your own research.
Even if they ask us about a different mentorship program that isn't part of the Traderstation, they ask us what we think. We always say to them, go and do your own research, make your own decision. We're not going to tell you that they're bad or they're good or whatever, because at the end of the day, it's you making the decision, you spending your money
Yeah,
on the
that's
course.
that's not our role to tell you what trading course to go on, because
Exactly.
you should be responsible for your own money if you win or lose. But what baffles me is the fact that people can claim to be these brilliant traders and they win 10 pips in the trade, and I think, well, what was your risk on that trade?
Yeah.
If you're only making 10 pips, how much were you willing to risk, really?
That's the thing, and
What sort of time frame are you looking at?
and that's the problem. Some people say they're trading the daily time frame, and they got this setup going on, and the next thing you know, they're out of it with 30 pips. If you're
I know,
trading the
on the
daily
daily.
time frame, how are you getting out with 30
Exactly,
pips? It just
yeah.
doesn't make any sense. And
Like,
like,
that's not even my stop loss. Like, my stop loss is way bigger than that.
yeah,
Exactly. If you're trading
exactly.
it daily, I mean, you're risking 50, 60
Doesn't make
pips,
sense.
And
and you're getting
And-
out 30.
And the other thing is, like, that's all they show. It's just all these whatever pictures with, 20,000 on this trade, 30,000, and then the caption is nothing. It's like when I look for pages to follow and people to follow, it's like I'm looking for people that produce content. I want to see like something cool. I want to see people really showing their passion and blowing their heart out on that caption that they're showing, and really trying to explain something and to teach people, not just saying like, oh, check out this $20,000 winner, join my team or whatever like that. That stuff.
Or we just got to 1 million in profits, and you're thinking, well, yes, with 3 million lots, you would get to 1 million.
Of course.
Yeah,
It's not very difficult, is it?
They're gonna get to negative 1 million too, but they're not, because it's not even real. It's not even real. That's the thing. So it's mind-boggling.
And yeah, on top of that as well, the I think it was like last week, I put up a picture of my account on my what was it called again?
My FX book.
FX book.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. It was a fully live, verified account with real money in it, and you can see my growth potential was 294%. I started 2 grand and I made about 7 grand in about 2 months. And then some guy has got he's actually like, he just looks here for like the little nitpicks and details here, and he tries to say to me, oh yeah, 50% drawdown. I'm thinking like, what? Like, does that really make sense?
The thing is that Doug had 294% gain, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in 2 months.
In 2
I
months,
mean,
294.
294% is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Whether you have 60% drawdown is irrelevant.
Exactly.
And he's not using 300 lots either.
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
It's taking
Yeah, I was basically using it like £1 or £2 a point. Like really small things, like really small lots. I was just adding to my positions. I was just street trading them for 2 months straight. This guy's got the decency to say, oh, you have 50% drawdown, or so you can't get a job at a hedge fund. Do I want to go get a job at a hedge fund when I can do this myself? Like, that makes sense. Like, as long as I'm making money and substantial profit as well, that doesn't matter. That's my own trading style. So I just told the guy to shut the hell up.
If you can triple your account in 2 months, it doesn't matter what your drawdown was.
It doesn't at
It
all.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your drawdown was. It doesn't matter what your lot sizes were, because I mean, you've taken your account from 2,000 to 7,000, 294% gain with a 57% drawdown. Yet they want to focus on the negative, even though you can clearly see on the chart that those drawdowns are not consecutive. They're not all in one go. You've
Yeah.
made that
Exactly.
down over time.
Over
It's not
time,
like
it's
it's not like
oh,
it's not like you opened the trade, you had 2,000 and then it dropped down 57%.
And that tells you it was good. There was good risk management there as well.
Exactly.
good business as well. So like that's what it is. Like that's what I'm trying to tell people. Like every time that people ask me, oh yeah, this guy's make this much money, this guy's make this much money, and then ask them, how many pips do they make? Because that's what actually matters. Because
think
money
the whole point,
is irrelevant.
yeah, I think the whole point of trading is risk management.
Mm.
Whatever happens on the side happens, but risk management is the number one thing. And lots of traders don't get that straight away.
Exactly.
I didn't get that straight away.
Well, the problem is everyone else is saying I got the magic, the Willy Wonka chocolate ticket to the chocolate factory with this strategy that I have, and if
Exactly.
you use this strategy that I have, then
Success
you're gonna get
strategy.
that Willy Wonka ticket too, and it's crazy because if you talk to I listen to a lot of interviews with traders with decades worth of experience, and I really try to reach out to them. But even if I don't reach out to them in the interview, they will say like, you just need to find something that works for you,
Mm.
and like there's no way you can just say do X Y Z and you're gonna do fine, because when he does X Y Z, his emotional state or her emotional state is completely different than what your emotional state's gonna be. So just because someone else can achieve profits with this XYZ system, that doesn't mean it's going to fit your personality and how you want to trade. So when people are selling systems and whatever, that they're selling dreams, because you can't just sell a system. Like, you have to understand how all traders work. Once you understand how all traders work, from the day trader to the swing trader to the momentum trader to the counter trend trader to the with trend trader, once you understand how all traders are working, that's when you can say, oh, you know what, I think I want to do this. And what's happening here? Oh, I think that's just momentum traders taking over. What's happening here? Oh, I think that's counter trend traders coming in trying to stop trend. And that's when you can start to formulate a style of trading that'll be best for you, not just by copying what someone else does. That's what makes
what you don't want is, you don't want to be in a group where you're forced to trade a certain way. You want to be able to make your own trading style, follow your own patterns,
Exactly.
and then just be guided in that direction. I mean, you don't, when you start off as a trader, you're starting off with your own mindset, you have your own money, and you shouldn't be told how to trade your money.
Sure.
You should be told, the best ways to do it. You should be given a list and say, pick whichever one suits you. But it seems like there are people who want to force feed you a certain strategy all the time and say this is the only way.
And that's something we're going to cover definitely in future podcasts. People
And,
like to force their ideas, their trading ideas onto you and say this is the way, it's the only way, and you can only learn how to do this through me. So
I feel like that's really all bullshit as well. Because when I was learning, I taught myself. It took me years to actually grasp everything. But then I used to day trade, because then I liked the fast pace, and then getting the in and out of the trade. But then I was actually losing more when I was day trading. And then that's when I thought to myself, wait, isn't there another way? And then I started looking at swing trading, because day trading was not working for me at all. But because the thing is, I can give signals and things like that to day traders, but me myself, I can't day trade.
Yeah.
But I can give you really good signals, but me myself, I can't day trade yet, because I get nervous a bit of times. I still do get nervous. So I might come out of trade too early, or I might let it run to a stop loss and all that. But then when I told other people what to do and how to actually do things, and told them watch out for this and watch out for that, they can actually do it better than me.
I think as you mature as a trader, right, your mindset changes. And Doug, when you started off, you probably loved to stare at the charts all day, every day.
Long.
So the day traders would be best for you. You can just open up the computer and you're there 24/7, just staring at charts. But as you mature into your trading life, you're thinking, well, maybe I don't need to be wearing glasses when I'm older. Maybe put the charts away, trade for the first 4 hours of the day and then just relax. And then you probably got to that stage where you thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go on the daily chart and put on a position for a few days, maybe a few weeks, and you make the same amount of money on those trades You just don't make them as quickly as you would if you were sat in front of a computer.
Exactly.
That's
It's
why
like it's all page because like me, I can even go a week without even looking at a chart.
Exactly.
You know that because then I can do something else. That's why I started doing binary on top of that because I actually got bored.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then my
You
trade
can always monitor your trades. You can come back to it and say, oh look,
Now,
this is a nice place to add a position.
And
But-
that leads us to our next topic that we want to speak on, and that was closing trades early. We know a lot of people have problems with closing trades early, especially when you start out. You get a bit nervous. You might see a trade moving against you, and you think, "Oh crap!" You see the red numbers, and you're feeling like, you know what, I can't do this. And then you close the trade, and then it goes in your favor and hits your target, and you feel like an idiot.
Let it run. Let it run.
Those are the worst.
Let it run to your stop loss. You put your stop loss there for a reason. Just
I think-
make sure. Because the thing is that actually losing trades is actually better than winning trades. Because you will know next time not to make the same mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Because that's what it taught me.
it's been said that you don't learn anything from success because you feel like
You
you've
don't.
done it right. You've made money, so you've done it right. If you lost the trade, you're forced to sit back and say, well, what happened there? Why did I lose that position? And I think it all comes down to people aren't putting a stop loss that agrees with them in their minds. I think if you set your risk, then you're comfortable losing that much money on that position. But people obviously take bigger stop losses and they see the numbers going into the red and they're looking at their account value and it's just like skyrocketing to the ground and it's just like it's jumping off a cliff and they're thinking, oh, I need to get out of this trade now. And they get out and unfortunately the trade just reverses and goes in their favor. But in terms of,
like,
I mean, if you're winning a trade, that's different. If you're losing the trade, there's a completely different mindset.
Sure.
Which is I don't watch my trades. I stay away.
And then like, on top of that as well, every single trader, even on TV, they always say this. They always look at the risk first, not the reward. Like you first have to look at the risk. But that's why it's called risk reward, not reward risk. Like even on CNN, Sky News, everyone says it. But then every single person, especially like new traders, like I was like that as well. I'm not gonna lie. I used to look at the reward first, and I say, oh, but how much can I lose? But I can win this much.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna place that trade and I end up losing the trade. You know, you have to look at the risk first always. That's why I always do now. I don't really care about the reward until late.
I mean, the reward is a byproduct, really. I mean, I set my rewards at 3-to-1 minimum because I've been watching and I know that I can easily get to 3-to-1. After that, I have no idea what's going on.
Did Doug just fall?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's gone though.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But on the profit side, you know, you have to stick to your stop loss on the risk side. You know, on the profit side, if say it gets to the top of the range and you know you think it could possibly break out, there's no problem with saying, you know, let me hold off a little bit and see if this thing will break out.
Yeah.
That's when your ability to read the price action really has to come in hand, because if you're at the top of the trading range and you start seeing, you know, tails after tails, all crazy tails, bull bar, bear, you want to close your trade out.
Exactly.
But if you're getting to the top of the trading range and you're getting like, you know, bull bars and they're even getting, you know, their bodies are increasing in size, so you see increased buying pressure, you might say to yourself, you know what, hold on, let me see how it's going to react at the top of that trading range, and then look to get a little more. And you know, maybe you can say, oh, you know, I'll risk, you know, I was gonna get out with 200 pips profit, but you know, I'm gonna risk 25 pips. I'm gonna see what happens. I'll put my stop loss here and I'll only make 175 pips, but the reward was like another 100 pips if it did break out.
Yeah.
That's fine.
there's nothing wrong in taking profits early, but you can take half of your profits, a third of your profits, and just let the rest run on to even greater profits. I mean, people are so scared to miss out big moves. That's why. They're
Doug,
so
you alright,
scared.
man?
Yeah, Doc, you had a quite a bad fall there, didn't you?
We all saw it.
You're lucky this isn't a video podcast.
I need to catch some tips. Alright, man.
But yeah, I wanted to touch on the emotional state of traders. Again, like Mike said, there's a different emotional state that traders have as price goes into profit and out of profit. Out of profit, you're feeling like you're an idiot. Why did you start trading? What is this? Like, how are you gonna live off of this? And then when it gets into profit, oh, I'm a genius. I'm a trading expert. I'm gonna be a millionaire.
Exactly.
That's a long shot.
And you know that's the mindset that people that's trading have, and that's one that they should kick out. Really, I think I'm at the stage where red or green, it doesn't really matter to me anymore. Like, I mean, I want to win every trade, obviously, but I'm not going to be sitting there panicking because it's gone a few pips against me, or I'm not going to be rejoicing and like opening the fine wine because it's gone. You know, it's hit my take profit. I don't really. My emotions aren't tied to my trading position.
Yeah.
And once you can separate yourself from your trading position, you become a more relaxed person in life.
Oh yeah, and also demo accounts. Our people will stay on a demo account for 6 months to a year. I don't know how that works out. Okay, a demo account is only for you to use it to get used to the platform, to know what to do on the platform, how to buy, when to sell, and all that, to do your charting, trend lines, to not make mistakes when you're taking real trades. You should only use a demo account for like a month maximum. Don't use it for longer than that, because then the only way you're gonna learn is when you start losing real money.
If you're ready, you know, you can't stop learning
don't just
and then go in a demo account for a month and say, all right, it's time to go live now. I mean, I think because
look here, like what I mean is like on the demo account a month is all you really need after you've learned the forex bit, like after you know
you've got your strategy now.
Don't stay on the demo account for 6 months. Just stay for like a month and get used to it, and then go and use real money. Don't stay on it for longer than, because really, like, that's what I done. I did it for too long, so I didn't really care. But then when I started doing real money, that's when I started caring and I started paying more attention.
Doug, but the problem is if someone, I mean, you look at a lot of people who come into the forex market now, and they only have like $300 accounts, $500 accounts. So it's like it's just really tough if you don't have a firm strategy, and then to go in there and say, you know, this is my only $500 account. Me personally, like I don't think demo accounts, you know, help you out so much, but I do think demo accounts are important for you to get your strategy down. And the more mechanical you can be with your strategy, like the more you can take subjectivity out of your strategy and just focus on, you know, mechanical trading, I think the better off you will be using a demo account. You know, if you're using a demo account and all your decisions are subjective, like, you know, I'm just gonna see how it works when it gets over there, you know, and that's bad. But if you're using a demo account and you're mechanical with it, and you know, you're scared because you only have, you know, a $500 before you go live, that's fine. Go in with when you're ready, but you know, like Doug said, you don't want to be stuck on a demo account for, you know, 6 to 12 months. I mean,
I think
some time to get ready.
The main fear is that you get stuck to demo account because you have quite a lot of virtual money. Your demo account always gives you like 50 grand.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing as well, Mike. When everyone starts anyone starts demo account, I always tell them, put the money that you're actually going to start with.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I've always said that you should.
Yeah.
I try to waste as much of the virtual account,
Exactly. Just bring it down, and then start there.
Where it's realistic to trade with. I'm not going to trade with a 50 grand account if I'm only going to put in 1 grand when I open up my live account, because I don't get the benefits of that. Because I can stake 500 lots on one trade and watch it basically double my account in a month. But it doesn't mean I'm going to replicate that on a live account because the margins are lower.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
I think that's an issue that mostly affects newbies, I guess. But if it's affecting someone who's not a newbie, then they need to change, because
then he needs to go back to the start.
Because and that's something that's what these what we spoke on before about these Instagram guys. That's probably what they do. They haven't got to that level yet, and they've just decided to show you guys.
Look here, like, I'm being real here. 90% of them can't trade, man, at all.
That's
Advanced,
obvious.
they're
They're
smart.
trading.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
Now look here, even like I'm saying that 95% of the people on Instagram here can't trade. No lie.
Yeah. It's all marketing.
And then don't get sucked into all that. Ask for due diligence. Ask them.
Yeah.
Like, let me see some evidence. Can you actually trade? Show me something.
If you speak to most of these people, just have a conversation, try and talk to them. If they avoid you, know something's wrong. If they engage in conversation, and you should be able to tell, like, whether they know their stuff. Even as a newbie, you'll get the
Not really. How is a newbie supposed to know?
Sometimes you get that vibe of people where you can realize, doesn't seem big. I know sometimes.
I don't know. When I was following these penny stock gurus back in the day, I thought they were the next best thing since sliced bread. You know what I'm saying? I had no idea.
They can talk shit really good, man. Like they're really.
I think the problem is not them. It's not them, the guys that talk crap, right? It's the drones that follow them.
Yeah.
They would never let you get as far as asking them the question. You would never get that far. You would always get some guy who has like the company name attached to his name on Instagram, and he'll be the one defending them. They don't have to say a word.
Yeah.
They can just, live their lives comfortably because they have these people in front of them as the last stand, really, last line of defense. So they don't have to do any work.
Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, I don't want to knock everybody because there are some good educators out there.
Definitely.
There definitely are. But the thing is, everyone thinks Instagram is the trading holy grail. Like, I go outside of Instagram to find like where the big timers are. Like I go outside to listen to interviews or look at videos or just try to reach out to people that are not on Instagram because. Instagram gets a bad name, and the reason why Instagram gets a bad name is because all these real traders they see that picture with 7 tips and $30,000, and it looks like a bunch of clowns. But it sucks because there are some good educators out there on Instagram and stuff, and it makes the rest of us look bad, to be honest. It's tough.
Go on like them trading like forums and all that. You find better traders there. This guy is like on like them online forums and things like that. Not Instagram, hardly. There's a few
forums,
yeah, like there's just a few like legit ones on Instagram, but the rest of them are just trying to sell you something.
And I think part of the problem with Instagram is that it's a visual medium, and people go in there, and it's one of those things where people go in there to see and not to just to see things instantly, and not Doug's choking on a beer at the moment. What's going on, Doug? You alright?
The problem is the pictures never tell you the real story.
Exactly.
They never tell you 100% what
And that's
the person
why
is.
I love to look for people who write a lot in their captions, like Christian said, like people who show you a picture of a sports car and go, living the lifestyle, or have a quote or something, car page.
Hashtag trader life.
Yeah, hashtag trader life. Something like that.
I love that one.
It's like, alright, you've got the car, but how did you get it? Please teach me. Especially as a newbie, I look for people who were teaching, like, even now, things outside of trading. I always love to read what people write in the captions. There are some people, like, for example, I'm gonna drop a name here. FX Messiah. He's he always writes loads of.
I know that kid.
Yeah.
He's a good kid, man.
Yeah, he writes a lot underneath his pictures, and what
Endorsement.
he writes is really like, if you read it, you can tell that this guy knows what he's doing. He's motivated, and that's the sort of thing that people should look out for. Most people won't even know who I'm talking about, but there are other names that I could say that you would know, and they probably don't have as much knowledge as him. And so that's basically something people should look out for.
Sure.
It's a big issue in this industry, definitely.
Yeah.
And then like all them liars and bullshitters make the other people look bad. They're actually trying to do something good and legit. So that's why like everyone's skeptic about trading and thinks it's a scam.
because
Cool.
anyone can get into it. I mean, back in the day, you couldn't get into trading if you wanted to; it was too expensive. But now anyone can get into it. So loads of scammers are getting in. That's the main problem.
Yeah. Let's talk. Jeff, how much time we got left?
15 minutes.
Well, is anyone asking questions? If you guys have any questions, they can ask on the Twitter account, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We haven't got any
Yeah.
questions yet.
Yeah, man, guys, ask some questions. But anyways, like we were just saying, man, that's the beautiful thing about this age. Like a decade ago, like there was no
Yeah.
technology out, there was no resource, like educational resources out. Like now, there's so much like free technology, and that's the other thing. You know, people knocking free technology. Like you got to be kidding me. I'm not even gonna get into that right
Free
now. But
technology.
that's the beautiful thing
Exactly.
about this day and age that we're in. Like anyone can pick up some free technology and some free education and just start learning. Like it's beautiful, and who cares if it takes you 5 years to learn? Just learn it, and you're gonna live the next 60 years of your life like a king. Living the
Exactly.
life you want,
And I think the perfect example.
or a
of
queen,
that-
because we need more female traders out there too.
Definitely.
I think a
Look, yeah.
perfect example of something that's free and is far from being useless is Google. Google is a free open source thing. Everyone can type into Google. Google, when you want to search for something, people don't even say, I'm going to search something. They say Google it. It's revolutionized the way we live, and it's free software, it's a free search engine, and so anyone knocking free software clearly doesn't understand the age we're in at the moment.
It's terrible because I mean, back in the day, there was no software to begin with,
Exactly.
free or not, and people were still making money. People were still living the lives they wanted to. So why is it that free software is now at the bottom of the barrel, where back in the day any software was good enough,
Yeah.
So I mean, it's pure marketing to say, this
Well-
software is better because
Well, if you look at it this way, I don't know if there are any examples on social media, but if there's someone telling you that free software is bad, I can bet any amount of money that they're probably going to try and sell you some software and tell you it's better than any free software you can get.
Exactly. They're just trying to market some software, which is why they're crapping on all the others,
Yeah.
especially the free ones.
You don't need
Oh,
software.
free.
All these guys do not need software.
Yes, we don't. I mean, you need a software to trade on.
No, I
You
think
don't need a
like
software to tell you
like
where to buy or sell.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
like that's something like those kind of software. Like really, like you're that lazy. You're gonna trust a robot.
I don't think there's any type of software that a retail trader can get that is going to give you an edge over the institutions. I think that is absolutely preposterous. Us retail traders, our edge comes from our ability to read the chart and to react, not from some software that we buy. Like, unless you're getting some software that Goldman Sachs is using, I could care less about your software.
It's
You know,
true.
like
And-
you're not
and the
going to get an
worst-
edge over these institutions that way.
Exactly. And the worst thing is, no software is good in all market conditions.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Exactly.
There's no software that works in the trending market that also works in a range market. It just doesn't happen.
Right.
You have
Well, how about that
to
when
buy.
things come down?
You'd have to buy software for each condition.
Unless
You'll
you're a
find-
billionaire and you've got some sort of AI software
That's
that
true.
learns how to.
That's
But-
it learns how to trade for you.
I don't know how many retail traders have that. So
Unfortunately, not me yet. Maybe I'll try to make one though.
yeah, maybe.
I mean, I don't think I'll actually ever get one because like there's not really much point.
No way.
Exactly.
No shot.
And yeah, like like the best thing about trading is that anyone can take all my money and then all I need is just a little bit of money to start again and I can just do it again. That's the best thing
You
about
can do
trading.
it all over.
Jesse Livermore style.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you can actually lose everything and then you actually come back up. When you have knowledge in trading, that's why everyone's like a trader's really relaxed. But like, well, it depends on what kind of trader you are. Like,
I mean, I think every trader has. I'm pretty sure 95% of traders have lost their account at one point. You know,
No, I
it's
think it's 100%. There's
yeah, like
never met one person
there's
who's
no
ever-
way around it. There's no way because you just don't understand like what it how valuable it is until your account is gone that first time. You're like, oh my god, like now I need to start learning.
Yeah.
You know, now I really need to take this seriously. And you just don't understand what that feeling is like until it actually happens to you. And once that feeling does happen to you, you never want it to happen again. So and you understand what it's like. So then you really start getting on your grind with it.
Yeah, it's like you give up on trading or you go back and try again.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people give up and say this is nothing and go and work for someone.
And that
Hell
reminds
no.
that reminds me of a quote which I'm gonna get up if I can get the clip up. It's basically Bruce Lee talking about how important it is to learn how to die, and basically applying that to the forex market. You need to learn how to lose. You're gonna lose. There's no way you're gonna win every single trade. You're gonna lose. You might even lose all the way down to your last £10 in your account or something. And
it's not just knowing that you're going to lose, it's accepting
exactly.
a loss. People know they're going to lose
Like,
and don't
I've lost-
accept it.
What, 2 weeks? 2 weeks in a row I've lost. And then I still didn't give up. And like those 2 weeks over like 13 trades and I lost all of them in a row.
Consistently losing every trade, and you think, wow, I'm really bad at this.
And I'm thinking,
But you
what
stick-
am I doing wrong? And that's why I thought, like, let me change up my style. Yeah, just go back to it, because like, when you start losing, you actually start learning more.
You need to learn how to accept drawdowns in your account and learn from them. That's the only way to succeed at this. And you know, I've talked to a few like prop traders like out in Chicago, just because I heard them in interviews, and I email them and ask to speak on the phone with them, and several of them have told me like print that chart out when you lose. I mean, I print charts out whether I win or lose, but like print that chart out when you lose and really look at it. Why did you lose? How can you prevent that next time? Like accepting that drawdown and learning from that drawdown is much better than accepting the win. And there's times when it's just like, oh, I did nothing wrong. I was wrong. That's it. And that's the best type of loss to take, because you're like, I did everything right.
Yeah.
That's my
following
strategy.
my strategy
I
and
was
everything.
following my strategy exactly, and I lost. Big deal. So these are the charts that I lose on. So all of my losses, the chart should look pretty much like this chart looks. And then you got to learn from that.
I've got the clip up here, guys. I'm gonna play it now for the listeners to hear. Let me see.
Fighting is efficient in close quarter, but don't make a plan of fighting. That is a very good way to lose your teeth.
There's so much to remember.
If you try to remember, you will lose. Empty your mind.
Good old Bruce Lee.
Be formless,
No, such a legend.
like water.
I can
Now
do
you put
more.
water into a cup, it becomes the cup.
You just say you
Put
could
it
beat
in
him
a
up.
teapot, it
No,
becomes
he's a
the
legend.
teapot. Now water can
I think Doug said he could beat him up.
or drip or
No.
crash.
Doug, you just saw you trip over your cable cord over there.
I
So
guarantee
you trip over
you,
a chair and choke on a
You are not
drink.
ready.
I guarantee you, I can
Must
beat
free
Bruce Lee
your
in forest
ambitious
any day.
mind.
I gotta take the opposite side of that.
The
then.
art of
I'm
dying.
sorry.
Oh yeah, here it is,
In
guys.
forest,
The quote.
Be well with you, Mike. Your ambitious mind.
He-
To learn to die is to be liberated from it. So when tomorrow comes, you must free your ambitious mind
The suspense is
and
killing me.
learn the
Bro.
art of dying.
Oh,
Yep.
there it is. Oh, you guys won't be able to hear it. Only the listeners.
Okay.
Yeah, they just heard it.
Alright,
Was I
that's
talking
fine.
while it played?
Yeah, but they probably got the gist of it.
Alright.
They got the gist. You got to learn to die, basically. Get used to it, guys. We're all gonna die one day.
Learn to die in the markets, not in life. Learn to die.
Oh, no, not
oh yeah,
quite.
like this.
You don't come
like,
back to that.
This is my best quote in life right here, innit? Shit happens. That's it.
happens.
It's true.
does
Like, shit actually happens. Like everything's going right, but something's gonna just fuck it up.
Yeah.
Sure.
So shit happens. Like, just live on and move on to the next thing. That's it. Don't look
Yeah,
back.
sure.
Like you can look back and check what way you done wrong, so you don't make those same mistakes again. But I'm saying, like, don't dwell on it. Don't say, oh my god, I lost. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, move on. Do better.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's so hard. That's so hard for a trader just starting out to just accept those losses and not feel like absolute crap. You know, like, oh man, I can remember back in my day trading days, like having a great day on Friday, and I was like, I am the man. I go into the weekend feeling like the freaking man, and then Monday comes and I have like my worst loss of the month, and I was just like, I feel like shit. I feel like absolute shit. And it was such a bad way to trade, to ride that emotional roller coaster up and down and up and down, and it's so difficult. But I promise, if you guys try to read some stuff on trading psychology, look on YouTube, try to find some videos on it, like anything you can hear and read, and try to implement that into your mind and your psychology. I mean, even non-trading psychology, like all that's like life psychology, like it all relates to trading, and once you get that, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but like I feel like in life overall, just from trading, like I feel like I'm just more patient, more like easy going, and just like I don't let things get to me, it's trading helps in life. I mean, it's really a blessing.
Trading
You
does.
can handle trading, handle life.
Exactly.
That's what I say.
You can handle trading. You can handle women, and if you can handle women, your life.
Whoa.
Whoa!
I don't know about the women. I don't think anyone can quite handle women.
I look at this here, like the way I look at it here is like I think trading is going into my life a bit too much, because every time I'm about to buy something, I don't calculate with money, I calculate with pips. I'll be like, okay, like that's 2 pips, like that's what, 10 pips? Like I'm serious, I calculate by pip. Like that's how trading is in my mind right now. Like it's
trading does take over, but
it does. And it's fun, like it's really fun, because you actually know things that many other people don't know. Like you never know, actually, you know what I'm saying? So like, you've actually got an advantage to that.
Especially
like, even
if you
like
open your mind up.
Yeah, man. With the world, like right now, the economy and all that, everyone thinks that it's getting better, but it's going to shit. And you can tell that from trading, but just look at the charts, you can see that.
Yeah.
And it's actually worse off right now than it was in 2008. Just go look at the charts. The charts don't lie. Numbers do not lie.
Well, we've come to the end of our podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be doing another one next week. We'll see you next time.
Later, guys. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
See you later.